the founder of Teen Moms Matter, and Teen Moms Matter is a organization I started to rewrite the narrative for young moms.
Everyone loves a comeback story, but no one talks about what happens in the middle. The part where you're exhausted, overlooked, and still trying to figure out who you are while raising someone else. When I became a mom, I thought I'd lost everything. My chance at education, my dreams, even my identity. But what I really lost was the support system every new parent deserves. The hardest part about becoming a teen parent is finding out what those challenges are on your own that no one warned you about. I've said this in prior videos, I've said this before many times, that each rising parent arrives to this point of young motherhood on different paths. Not every young mother walked the same walk to arrive here, but nonetheless, coming to a place where you are now a young mother, arriving to the path of young motherhood, nonetheless, arriving there is a shock. And it took years before I realized that life was not ending for me. That although I may have been at a disadvantage, there was still opportunity for me to thrive, for me to succeed, and I refused to allow the society to make me treat my child as if they were a burden that had upended my life. When it comes to young motherhood, people see statistics, but I see stories. These teens are some of the most resilient people I have ever met. They are at times like they're pensive, they are inquisitive, they're curious, and although they're going through a challenge that's often misunderstood, they're judged for, they still have dreams and goals and they want to chase them. And I think that's the part of me that inspires me to keep doing the work that I'm doing. I look forward to bringing these stories to real life. I look forward to creating this content. I look forward to helping them uncover those stories in our workshops. We just completed an orientation call for our Teen Moms Matter Fall workshop, and one of the young girls, she asked the question, and she said, "Well, how do I get out there and share what I'm passionate about if I'm so shy?" Actually, her mom asked the question. She said, "Well, how does she's really shy? So how does she find her voice?" And I think that's one of the biggest things about this journey, is that young motherhood can definitely make you feel like you've lost your identity, but it also, in some strange way, gives you an identity as well. And I'm not talking about becoming lost in being a mother, or that whole process of losing yourself in your duties and what's required of you as a parent. But oftentimes, finding yourself in places of resiliency has a way of refining not only who you are, but who you want to be. And that's why I say people see statistics, but I see stories. When you read the statistics that say 70% or something like that of girls, of young mothers end up in poverty, or, um, more than 60% don't finish high school, or, 23% of the teenagers around the world end up pregnant by a certain age. Yes, all of those statistics exist, but each one of those numbers has a story behind it. And so the real challenge here isn't just money or lack of, it's access, it's mindset, it's visibility. Those are the real challenges that these rising leaders face. They don't have access to the rooms, to the individuals, to the education, to the ability to enhance themselves, to empower themselves. They don't have the mindset to see themselves as inherently worthy. They don't know that they don't have to, or some of them don't know that it's not required for them to perform, to be loved, to be accepted, to be valued. And a lot of times they don't have the visibility. Yes, their school district may offer a quadrillion resources to help them finish school and talk to a guidance counselor and all of these things that the schools offer, and we thank the schools for doing that. But a lot of times these rising leaders, these young mothers, they don't even have the visibility within the school. They're not taking advantage always of the resources. A lot of times they don't even know they're there. The resources are often kept quiet. It's not well known. It's not publicly promoted or advertised. That's the real challenge, is the lack of proximity to access, mindset, and visibility. You're expected to raise a child. You're expected to raise a child while you're still raising yourself. And society rarely talks about that. And here we are now again with women facing so many setbacks, with healthcare, with the, again, lack of access to proximity, or lack of proximity to healthcare, to the right doulas, to the right doctors, to being able to talk to people who would even advocate or teach them how to advocate for themselves. And so here we are again creating a situation where society is forcing children to raise children while they're still raising themselves, and then shaming them in the process. But here's what changed everything. For me, it was finding community. Having people say, you still matter, you still have purpose. That's why I built the Rising Parent Leaders Campaign, to give young moms what I wish I had, to give these emerging entrepreneurs what I wish I had, to give these future wealth builders and these first generation parents what I wish I had. And that looks like education around self-value. That looks like reminding them that their dreams, their passions, their goals are not something that solely have to live in a notebook, or that they can only talk about quietly amongst their friends or with their parent, or something they have to keep to themselves. I want to give them a mirror, someone they can look at, someone that they can model after, to say, well, if she was able to travel and move outside of the city, if she was able to, live in another state, if she was able to homeschool her children, if and not just myself, if I could help them meet someone who was able to build six-figure businesses, $1 million businesses, is someone who would maybe have been a former young mother or a rising leader, and now they're in, Congress. Now they are creating laws to help the communities that they serve. If I can help these these rising leaders get into the rooms that would expand their mindsets, that would communicate the message to them that they still matter and they have purpose. Community often is the catalyst for growth. And that is what Teen Moms Matter is all about. So this fall, I'm hosting a workshop just for young parents who want to turn their story into strategy. If you are a rising parent leader, if you're a teenager, if you're a mother, if you're a emerging entrepreneur who wants to build confidence, build income, and build legacy, it's not about perfection, it's about power. And if you're ready to rise to that occasion, hit that link in the description. Let's build success over statistics together. I can't wait to see you in the room. We have some amazing things planned out for the next 6 weeks. We get started this Thursday. We had our orientation call this evening, and we're going to get started in just a few days. So join us. You're more than welcome. I can't wait to hear from you, to see you, and to work together to help you rise, to become the leader that I know you are. Let's build success over statistics together, and I'll see you for the next video.